Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Holly, and I decided to create this channel to start documenting my soon to begin camper van build. So first, a little background. In 2016 I started looking at small camping trailers. I have a large one, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but my large one was too large, and so I was looking to downsize and do a smaller one that would be easier to tow around and everything. And so I looked a good part of the summer. I went and looked at some campers and everything, but really just none of them appealed to me. First of all, trailer manufacturers use the most drab, boring color schemes ever. And second of all, I think the floor plans are always not that great, actually, as far as actual floor space. And I have two dogs, and one of them is a very large 106-pound German Shepherd, and he needs a lot of room to stretch out when he lays down. And no small trailers really had much floor space for a dog to lay down. And I think one of the reasons for that is because they all have these dinettes, which are sort of useless when you're camping, in my opinion, because I don't eat in my trailer when I'm camping. I eat outside. So it's kind of that takes up a lot of floor space, a dinette. And I knew I wanted a permanent bed as well, so I just couldn't find a small trailer that would fit what I wanted. So I decided that instead of trying to spend a bunch of money on a new trailer, I would spend just a little bit of money, and I would remodel the trailer I already had. So the trailer I already had is a 2005 Trailmanor 3023, and if you aren't familiar with Trailmanors, they are a hard-side pop-up camper. And the model number, in my case, a 3023, the 30 indicates the equivalent size travel trailer my Trailmanor sort of becomes as far as the floor space and what's available in it. And it's equivalent to a 30-foot travel trailer. And the 23 indicates its towing length when it's closed up, tongue to bumper. And those are kind of rough numbers. They're not really accurate. They're just sort of ballpark figure kind of things. So my 3023 is actually pretty big when it's all opened up, and I didn't need that much space anymore. The kids are grown and gone, and so I decided, well, one of the things I would do was rip out the couches and do away with that, and that would open up a whole lot of floor space. And the couches really weren't all that comfortable, and I didn't really use them anyway, other than to sit on occasionally. But I can sit on a chair. So that's what I did. I ripped the couches out. I completely remodeled the trailer. And the remodel was actually featured in an article on a website called Pop-Up Princess, and I will link that down below. So you can take a look at that too if you want to. And so in 2017, that summer, I used my Trailmanor quite a bit. My job allows me in the summer to work a compressed work schedule where I work 4 10-hour days, and I would take every other Monday and every other Friday off, which gave me a 4-day weekend every other weekend. And so I used it a lot in 2017, but it's still a Trailmanor. It still requires a setup and a takedown, and although both of those are easy and neither one of them really take all that long, it did sort of get old after a while. By the end of the summer, I was kind of tired of taking it up and putting it down, at least for short trips. The Trailmanor is wonderful if I'm going to go somewhere and stay in one spot for a period of time, but for weekend trips and for road trips, it's just not conducive to that. So this summer, because of other factors, I haven't taken the Trailmanor out this summer at all. I also have a house that was built in 1820. So it's been an ongoing renovation project since I bought it in 2005. If you've ever seen the movie The Money Pit, yeah, that's my house. So this summer I decided to take some time and get another room of the house done, which usually means completely gutting it and starting from scratch. So I've been working on that, and I'm almost done with the room that's going to be my craft room. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, I started looking at small campers again this summer. And somehow this year, in the process of looking at small campers, and I just mean online, Googling different campers, looking at different campers and thinking what I would want, somehow I ended up looking at a video on a camper van build by someone, and I don't even remember who the first one was that I looked at, but it intrigued me, and I ended up going down this YouTube rabbit hole of watching camper van builds for days on end. I watched dozens and dozens and dozens of them, and they just seemed so perfect for what I needed or what I wanted, and that was something I could go just for the weekend and eventually to do long road trips. I obviously can't do the long road trips with a German Shepherd because it's just not enough floor space for him really to be comfortable for an extended period of time, but it would be fine just for weekend trips. But he is 12 years old, so I know I'm looking at saying goodbye to him in the not too distant future. And knowing how slow I am working on things, because I'm constantly working on my house too, and I work full time, so I can't even devote every weekend to a camper build, I knew if I was going to do something like this, I needed to start it pretty soon because it's going to take me a while. So I started looking at vans on Craigslist a couple weeks ago, and I went to look at a few of them. I started off looking at conversion vans, like late 1990s conversion vans, but they just don't have the headroom that I knew I would want. I'm not exactly young anymore, so I can't be stooping over all the time. It would bother my back too much. So, and unfortunately, I don't want to spend, or I don't have the money to spend on a newer model Transit or ProMaster or something like that. And they didn't exist longer ago, so I can't get an older one that I can get really cheap. So anyway, finally, this van popped up on Facebook Marketplace actually, and I went to look at it last week, and I bought it, and then I went down the beginning of this week to pick it up, and so I drove it straight to my mechanics. It has a few issues that need to be fixed, but what I bought was a 2001 Ford E350 cutaway van with a unicell body, and it's really a quirky little thing. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to start the build, and it's at my mechanics right now. I will probably go down and pick it up for the weekend. This is a long weekend, Labor Day weekend, so I want to pick it up and have it here to maybe do just a couple things. It's got decals on the doors for the business that it used to belong to, and get those off and pull the carpet up in the back because it's smelly and dirty, and do a couple of those things, and then get it back down to my mechanics so that he can do the inspection. So it just has temporary plates on it right now, but it needs a new mirror, new driver's mirror. I did not realize how often I look at my driver's mirror and my rear view mirror when I'm driving until I drove it home on a very busy highway, which included a toll booth. I tried not to change lanes at all because I could not see the rear view mirror, although there, and it functions just fine. It's only looking at the inside of the back of the van, so it was basically useless as far as driving goes. And without the driver's mirror there, I couldn't see anything, and it has kind of a bulge on the side, so it's hard to actually even look out the window and look back to see anything. So I pretty much stayed in the right-hand lane and just dealt with that the whole way home, which was like about 130 miles. It got better gas mileage than I thought it would. It used about a quart of a tank coming at 130 miles home. Of course, I say that, and I don't actually know how big the gas tank is, so it may not be as good as I thought. But details, right? Anyway, I'm going to call my mechanic and see about picking it up to have it here for the weekend, and maybe I'll be able to show you a little more of it. And I hope you join me on this journey. This is my first attempt at making a video, and certainly my first attempt at putting anything on YouTube. Please excuse any faux pas or any bad quality. Hopefully I will get better at this as it goes along. I know I do probably need to get a mic because I tried filming this with a GoPro and you could not hear me at all. So this is with my camera, my phone. So don't know how good that's going to be either, but we'll see, and check back in later. Thank you. Bye-bye.